around. Enter Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a protocol for moving money around. If Bitcoin is used not just as a store of value, but as a currency to move money around between people or between businesses and people or businesses and businesses, as that becomes more and more a thing, which I do think it becomes over the next 5 years, then we can launch Cash App and Square in every single country that has the internet. And that allows us to serve more people better, faster. And because Bitcoin is open, it's not controlled by one company, it's not controlled by any one government, it's completely transparent. People can see what it does, and we can solve all the problems that we would task with governments and companies to solve by doing it transparently and by doing it openly. Because again, it's the internet and it goes to internet principles. So I'm hoping these financial systems take on more internet principles and we can truly be an internet company instead of going market by market by market, which is just a really slow way to build for the world. You can't build for the world. You can only build for these particular markets that you happen to be approved in. And again, you have to be approved by another company. You have to be approved by these things that don't have your interest or even their customers' interests at heart.
So what needs to happen for Bitcoin to function more effectively?
I think it's happening right now. Like more and more people see that it's valuable. Every time that number goes up, people get more interested in it. I don't believe in Bitcoin in its final stage as just a store of value, but I think it's a necessary part of the path to get to, I think, the next big one, which is remittance across border, moving money between businesses, moving money between people across borders, which is happening in many countries outside the United States and Western countries today because there's no other options. And then it gets to currency. As people get more comfortable with it, as they see that it's not going away, Bitcoin is over close to 16 years old right now. It's never gone down. It's never had a security issue. It has no leader. It has a completely open roadmap, and it's determined by a consensus development model. These are all really incredible ways to trust it as a currency. So as it becomes more understood and it feels like it's going to last, I think people will trust it more and more as like, oh, this is the way I'm moving money to my family now. And this is the way I'm buying coffee now. And this is the way I'm buying computers or whatever. It's a deflationary currency, so it doesn't encourage spending. It does encourage savings. But I think it has a really interesting path and provides a lot of interesting business models for the internet. If Bitcoin existed before we started Twitter, we'd be in a much different state, and I think we'd be in a much better state, and we wouldn't have all the issues that you see with social media today because it's not a tax on the system. It allows for a business model that's aligned with the people that are using it every single day.
Why would social media be better if you had Bitcoin?
Because you could get to commerce right away. You could get to subscription right away. You didn't have to get permission from Visa and MasterCard. You didn't have to wait for the security of such payments on the internet by virtue and by the grace of Visa and MasterCard to build it. It's built into the internet and it works at massive scale. So if we had that tool and we had commerce at that scale, we could build a pretty phenomenal business that's like all communication is exchange of value. Commerce is exchange of value. If you pair currency with communication, you ease commerce and you ease buying and selling of things. And the internet wants to create efficiencies there. But the biggest friction in that creation of efficiency were the payment networks and the banks and the way we currently deal with money. So Bitcoin upends all that and changes it and provides a completely different path, which is, in my view, far more exciting and allows us to build a much bigger business, more valuable business.